All right, so we wanted to see how these cheap 557 Wuhan Rock Series.
It's not a 5.
Oh, sorry, 457. We want to see how these cheap cymbals, they cost like 150 bucks, how they compare to expensive cymbals. So that's why I came to Stevens.
All the way to Tennessee just to check out some Wuhans.
Well, no, you have the expensive cymbals.
Oh, so you had to come here to get the expensive ones.
Exactly.
You shipped the cheap ones to me.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even know Wuhan made anything besides this.
Yeah, that's the staple China.
That's in every drummer's house.
Yeah, it just shows up.
They know you've got cymbals and they're like, you know, like sneaking in through the window. So that came for free with this, huh?
Yeah, so this is like a 3 cymbal set, and this was a freebie, so. Now this actually I bought from Amazon. It was like 20 bucks, but this is a 6-inch Splash. This will probably be the best sounding cymbal if I had to guess.
We were talking about earlier, that's the Stuart Copeland on his earlier kit, saying he couldn't find anybody to make them how he wanted it, so he was using them like from kids' kits at like Walmart and whatnot.
Some 14-inch hi-hat, handmade China hi-hats. Oh, they're made in China.
We have sticks here, you know.
We got a 16-inch crash.
Did they say what metal, or did it just say made out of metal material?
I think it says brass. Yeah, brass set. So that's why they're so cheap. And then of course we need a ride cymbal, 20-inch. Might make a good crash.
It's not too bad, actually. I like they got fancy with the look of it.
Cool. So we got the cheap cymbals. Now Steven can take us to the cymbal vault.
You gotta go digging. Yes. Hey, use this one. Oh no, it's a sizzle. This is a sizzle Wuhan. I don't even know who took the time to do this.
Well, they put holes in it, but no sizzle. But once it cracks, it turns into a sizzle.
The 16-inch crash is gonna be over here. So we got a Constantinople 16-inch crash.
Yeah, we'll use that.
All right.
And then we need a 20-inch ride. This looks expensive.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's the 20-inch Renaissance. This is the 22. That's the baby brother.
We'll use this.
All right. 14-inch KZ circa 1990.
Oh, the Z bottom.
Oh yeah, Dyno Beat Z. Man, come on. The lights are my go-to gig hats.
Let's go with the lights.
All right.
We got a China up in here. Oh, the good old Oriental. And then for the splash, we got this 10-inch Fast Splash. So the total for the Wuhans are $203.95.
And the Zildjians come out to $1,844.75.
So quite the difference. Now let's see how different they sound. So, not the worst, but now let's hear them with some music.
Now, let's hear them on a heavier track.
All right, so you play the Wuhans. What do you think?
This is one of the biggest discussions I have with students. Cymbals is the one area that I'm just a stickler for. If you want a better sound, you need to buy a better cymbal. With drums,
yeah, you can tune them, make them sound however you want.
You can tweak the hardware, you can put a head on it, you can dampen them.
Yep.
Like, you may not be able to get the sound you want, but you can get a good sound on almost any drum. The reason is because of the type of metal that they make these out of. You're not gonna get great sounds out of them. It took me back to the scimitar struggle days, man. I was like, ah. But there's some that don't sound too bad. I will say this is actually the best sounding out of all of them.
Definitely.
And I wouldn't mind putting it on my kit for an effect cymbal. It actually sounded, with a China, you want it trashy. You want it, and it sounded trashy without sounding gongy. I actually, every time I hit it, was surprised at how good it sounded compared to the others. How did the great cymbals sound?
Oh, those were great, actually. Let me grab those.
Every time David gets around me, he grabs this cymbal.
Well, actually, I have that cymbal because of you. So obviously, you know these cymbals a little better than I do because they're yours. But just like the tone of them, they open up. They're not harsh. They blend well. That's the biggest thing. Like the cheap cymbals, they're so harsh and this like hurt your ears. But these are so mellow. Obviously, they're K-cons, but they just blend better than the cheap ones.
Yeah, yeah. And when you hit them next to each other, it's very, very obvious.
Oh yeah.
Now, if it was all I had to play on, I'd rock it all day. The cheap ones, and I have before. But given the choice,
obviously, if you have a choice, you're gonna choose expensive stuff.
When it comes to gear, drums, hardware, a lot of times you can get by. You can rig it so that it works, that you get a good sound. Cymbals. It's the one place I tell students, pick one cymbal, replace it, and then slowly replace each cymbal. You don't have to buy them all at once. Slowly replace each cymbal as you go until you have a set that you really like.
So to put it simply, use what you have and buy what you can afford, and over time, you'll end up with gear that you absolutely love. So, next session, you using the Wuhans?
Oh, definitely. I got one this week.